Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss something very interesting about Bangladesh. You might say that Bangladesh is not a country of cars. You might say we're still lagging behind USA and other developed nations. But look at outside. Look at Dhaka city. Look at Chittagong. We have hell lot of traffic. And why this? Because the purchasing power has increased and nowadays we can now acquire cars very easily. Previously, we had the scope of having cars mostly imported from Japan, mostly known as the Japan domestic market or the JDM. But there had been a paradigm shift for the last 5 years. The last 5 years we have seen how Chinese companies and Korean companies have integrated in Bangladesh and they have evolved a new technology, the idea of electric vehicle. You might ask me, we do not have Tesla in Bangladesh. Yes, we have, but this is not that we regularly see on the roads. But we have the concept of hybrid electric vehicle, which is considered to be very much sustainable for environment, also for the economy. So I'm going to talk about what are the upcoming challenges of electric vehicle and how we can actually adopt the idea in a mass level in Bangladesh. So I'm going to discuss about the challenges of electric vehicle in Bangladesh. The first challenge is the charging capacity and infrastructure. We do not have that. We do not even have a roadmap for that. Also, there is another problem that we can see is the importance of batteries in Bangladesh. The batteries we get are not that much up to the mark, and there is a lot of question in the hybrid vehicles that battery is going to lose their life within 3 years. But there is a silver lining. The Chinese companies have decided to invest a huge amount of money to integrate this capacity and the infrastructure so that we can avail the roads full of hybrid electric vehicles and plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. Secondly, the major problem regarding this is the consumer preference. The Bangladeshi consumer has an alignment towards the JDM because they perform good, because they have a resale value. But the Chinese vehicles have been in Bangladesh for last 5 years do not really give us the glimpse of a good resale value. So this particular consumer preference needs to be redefined and needs to be asked that we might have the opportunity to introduce this Chinese market and have a better competition in terms of this JDM. The third problem is technically the cost of these particular vehicles. If you consider a hybrid vehicle and if you consider a regular gasoline fuel vehicle, there is a difference in the costs. Although there's also a silver lining here. You can actually get a zero mileage car here. What is a zero mileage car? It means it didn't drive anywhere before here. But the most of the JDMs we have are reconditioned cars. So this is one of the selling points. Still, it can be considered as a challenge. Fourthly, there's another important thing that Bangladesh car owners believe, that maintaining a car is almost like maintaining an elephant because the maintenance cost is higher and there are not enough good mechanics in Bangladesh. This also sustains for the electric vehicle market. Most of the experts in Bangladesh are based on the JDMs. They know their stuff, they know that particular motors, but they are not that much capable of handling an EV. Also, the market of importing parts or the goods is not that much available for EV. That is the reason we could see a lot of Toyotas in the market, but we do not really see Hyundai, we do not really see Kia or MGs in the market. So whenever a consumer is planning to buy a car, he thinks, I'll buy a car. It might face some problem for the next 5 years. But where do I get the parts? Even if I get the parts, it's going to cost me much more higher than a Toyota car. So why don't I go for a regular Toyota car? Although Japan is not also lagging behind. They have evolved and they have tons of options available in the market which are hybrid electric vehicles. What I believe and what is required is a good competition, because competition can actually help you to enrich the quality. Now in the automobile industry, we can definitely see this particular quality in the market. In the present status quo, what we can actually do? There is a say that we need to have a proper policy of electric vehicles, which needs to have a lot of incentives. Incentives for consumers, incentive for importers, and incentive for the car sellers. You need to have tax incentives, you need to have registration fee incentives, and a lot of things, because one of the fundamental ideas is that it's going to save the environment. But there is also a different thought about that. You need to have electricities for that. But the most important thing is the electricity that we are producing is actually from a fossil fuel based plant. So what's the point? If you are actually putting the pressure on the electricity by implementing on a coal based power plant, it is not directly hampering the environment, but it is indirectly hampering the environment. So integrating the idea of renewable energy with electric vehicle is required. Apart from the incentives, you need to integrate renewable energy, you need to integrate a proper environmental and economical policy that's going to help this particular market to thrive among the other markets. Thirdly, you need to change the consumer behavior. You need to make people understand and aware people that this is the time you need to go for much more fit cars, much more better cars for the environment, because the idea of sustainability talks about the level of integrity for the future generation. You need to keep something for the future generation. And electric vehicle can be the most important inclusion in this idea. Thank you.